this is a square corner right here that property line goes right back up through there.
This thing caught my eye right there. I said, uh-oh. The tracks show.
And he'll give me peace, and it'll all be fine.
Hey everybody, Soybean Farmer. The other day I decided to take the drone out and see if there was still any snow around from that first little dusting we had about a week ago. And I found a few spots in shady areas where it was still at. And basically I just did a fly over the farm, headed up towards Cousin Scott's house here. And then I took off in high speed across the farm, headed to the back corner. Hadn't been back here in a while. You can see a little bit of the fields where Cousin has plowed them, and then this thing caught my eye right there. I said, uh-oh. The tracks showing somebody going in and out of there, and I had noticed in the forest a lot of survey ribbons were back there. So I got the drone back there and kind of started looking around to see what was going on, and I could see that, yep, they've cut a road down in there. And then it was like, got over here a little closer where I could see. And right there, I could see what the man was doing. They just were basically knocking the trees down and trashing them. I've got some footage where I went back down there with the camera. I didn't go in there with the camera the other day. I didn't want anybody to get, that threatened, hostile feeling they see, when there's a camera. But I did go back there and talk to the people, and it was worth doing. Got some information about what was going on back here. And, oh well, it's, it's here, it's coming. Progress and opportunity. So, I put the rest of the clips in here, and you can see from my little walk. Right here, I'm just looking right up the property line and then swinging to the east and looking out across the farm. And there's that other little section of snow up there by those trees.
Well, I decided to walk over here and get on the ground and just see what all's going on. I'm standing on my property line. Everything over that way, God blessed me with. Actually, it's been in my family all the way back to my great-great-grandmother actually lived here. Great-granddaddy lived here, and then granddaddy lived here, and then daddy lived here, and now I'm living here. This used to be this little spot. Made a lot of videos down there where the truck's sitting. A favorite location. Privacy. Privacy is expensive. But that's about the end, because what the drone showed you right over here, you can see that green erosion barrier they put in. It's just heartbreaking what's happened over here. This was a stand of old poplar, and poplars, I always thought it was expensive lumber. I've made a few pieces of furniture out of poplar. It works real nice. But they trashed this. Just literally trashed it. I was kind of watching from what the guy was doing with that big excavator sitting right up there. And he was literally pushing the trees over with it, then breaking the root ball and snatching them out and just tossing them over in there. Huge waste. But anyhow, he gave me some comfort and peace when we were standing here talking, and they had the ribbons and markings down here. And he told me, he said, because of wetland protection, which is what I was concerned about, because I got a lot of wetlands draining over there. So they just called it a drain pipe back in the 1960s when my uncle, Cousin Scott's daddy, put it in. Nowadays they call them a tile. But anyhow, that worker, he tickled me. He said, you see those orange ribbons? He said, if I knock down a tree on the other side of those orange ribbons, it's $10,000 fine. I said, well, don't knock one down. He said, I'm gonna try not to. I don't blame him. But I was really, really pleased that somebody didn't pay the bribe money or the kickback money, and they got the 25-foot wetland protection zone here to protect this. But based on what the man told me about what was going back here, somebody built a storage facility up that way out of sight, and he wants to build another one back here. There's millions of people moving to North Carolina. Raleigh keeps showing up in those places that tell you it's the best place in the universe to live. It's a good thing I didn't print the article. It would be worst place to live. Don't move here. You'll hate yourself if you did. But that should have been done 30 years ago to try to stop this invasion. This right here, well, it's kind of heartbreaking, but nothing I can do about it. I ain't got enough money to buy all the land around here. Like I said, privacy, that's expensive. I've been living over here since 1998. Here we are, year 2022. And I have thoroughly enjoyed being over here. Before ending up over here, had to live in those row house neighborhoods where you got to listen to whatever somebody else is doing, because it's the way it is. Need to walk down here and check that pipe, make sure it's still flowing, so let's go take a look at that. The pipe I mentioned that my uncle put in goes all the way back up there to that row of pine trees that separates the 6-acre field there from the fields on the other side, and came down this meadow strip, and I'm just about standing on top of it right now. And the way he sloped and shaped this land back here, you can actually see real good evidence of it right now. Surface water, when it rains, would come rushing across here. And when I first found out I was going to end up inheriting half of this farm, this was one of the spots that I was thinking about putting my house back here. But it flooded 3 times that year before we ever got started building, and I took this spot off the list. But it's dry right now. We've had, a bunch of rain here right after Cousin and I got all the beans and the corn off. The crops kind of suffered this year. We didn't have a lot of rain during the growing season. But I'm walking right down the dry creek bed here, and my property line is over that way. In fact, I think I'll go around this. This is a good place to fall and break your neck. But what I'm headed to is where this pipe comes out. And you notice this is all dry right here. You see, I just walked down a dry creek bed right into the forest. And like I said, if we get a little rain, you'll have water running here, and water will come over here, and you'll have a real cute little waterfall here. But what you got now is the backup from this pipe, and I need to clean that out. Can't see it good, there's a shadow on it, but it's barely moving. Yeah, I'll get me a stick and rake the leaves out of there. But all that water you see going down that ditch there is the result of that pipe. That pipe's got to stay open. There's about 3 acres back up there that turns into a mud hole if something goes seriously wrong with that pipe. So let me get down there and clean that out and find me the right stick. I'll be right back. Yeah, real important that not get backed up. Whew. So that's what that's gonna look like over there. Let's go on down here to the corner of my land. I want to see if this post I drove in down here, Daddy and his sister, that'd be Scott's mama, they paid about $5,600 back in, I think it was 1996, get this place surveyed. And I was all about preserving the markers. Oh, that was fun. And this is what would be the northwest corner of my land. God's land. I'm just a tenant. But there's the old original pipe put in years ago. I found this little piece of conduit. Man, it's still pretty stout. Drove it in the ground. I think I drove it in about 2 feet, maybe 3. And keep coming down here every so often, tie some new ribbons on it so I can see it from the path up there. But this water, it's cut a deep trench through here. In fact, I can hear a little waterfall over here. Let's go see it. Yep, right there. There's another leaf break thing I could dig out, but it's flowing fine. Used to be a little pond down here, but it washed. Big storm come through here and cut the dam out of that thing, and all the water went out. So now just this creek flows through it. But this is a square corner right here that property line goes right back up through there, several hundred feet. Yep. Oh well. So that's what's happening. And we'll walk back up here. Just have some what is it about the sound of water trickling over a drop that makes that little interesting, pleasant noise? See, there's a poplar tree right there. Yeah, big if, it probably never happened. I'm not much into timber and forest. I like to have the forest to walk in and enjoy, and the benefits that the forest bring to us. But that's a good piece of money for a poplar that size right there. And you can see how much water's in the creek here. All from that pipe. Just that pipe doing this. That pipe gets clogged up. There's about 3 acres up there that will become impossible to farm. Just too wet. And this pipe's not 100% cure-all because I'm thinking it was the year 2000 or the year 2019. 2019. We had a wet year, a lot of rain that year, had a great crop. But we spent most of the time stuck in the mud with the combine. Before Scott brought the gleaner here, he was driving the John Deere. He'd fight his way through a bunch of mud holes, and then he hit the one that just wasn't no fighting through. And when you get to 40-20 and pull it out and keep going. That's a lot about what farming is the determination to keep going. Because you're going to run into things that you just don't see a way out of at the moment they're happening, but with the determination to take it to God, who always has the solution and the answer, you keep going. It's like that. I learned to live with it because I'll take it to God and He'll give me peace and it'll all be fine. Everybody, thanks a bunch for supporting the channel. This channel's grown into something way past my wildest expectations, and I was just looking to share some videos about the little farming operation here. So, thank you very much. And special thanks to all the people that went over and subscribed to my friend Charlie's channel. I'm looking forward to seeing more about what he's got going on for the last 2 years. He's been sending me pictures. Like I said, he's my friend. We talk. God bless each and every one of you. Thanks for being here. Bye, y'all.